to stay in this series, and they'll be starting out on the attack.
In 8-pack, we attack. Elevate. Got to bring the fire from the get-go. This has been an attackers series so far, so dominantly. Defense on Cafe, usually pretty strong, was not so earlier today in map 1. That Japan to come through straight away. W7M on the left side of your screens looking so very chill.
Second ban to come through is Finker.
Everyone loves a good Finker ban.
Everyone loves a good Finker ban. The LMG to banned out, taking away the operator of choice typically for KZ on the side of W7M, forced to pick something else now.
Didn't seem to slow him down on map 1. KZ started phenomenally. The rest of the team ended up winning the game based on playmaking, flanking, getting misdroned. W7M know how to make these calculated plays. That is their specialty.
Now this is a pretty fascinating ban phase if you ask me. Hibana's been left in, all of your range hard breaches in. Maverick is left in, that Thermite's left in for the server wall. Same thing on the defense, Mira's in, Goyo's still in. Azami, though, being taken out, does take away some of that flexibility from the defense, but once again, we have another map where all the tools are on the cards.
Blank slate here for Elevate. They choked their own map pick. They struggled on the defense. Now they start on the attack against W7M's map. We have not seen Bank from Elevate in God knows how long. What have they been cooking up for us?
W7M starting out on the defense and leaning into this Kaid pick as well. Thatcher's been banned out, but Kaid has been left in. And what that means is that some of these hatches are going to be very tricky to open if Elevate don't flex onto the Maverick.
And for now, they are indeed not changing. The Twitch also picked off. We've got a Ying, we've got a Monty, we've got the Dockerby. Surely there's something a bit special here, Elevate are bringing.
Now, Elevate, where are you? What is the point of attack? And there it is, Sapper now. The Monty Shield making his way towards this garage push. The rest of Elevate start their way around these north side rappels, perhaps looking for that roam clear, but W7M, there is none.
No roam. Heavy anchor utility. The Warden, Elevate banned on Cafe. W7 immediately pick here.
W7M, once again, playing the same philosophy that they taught us about. Elevate, they take it slow, they take it steady, and W7M want to punish that. That's why they've put so much of this utility, so much of the pressure left on the site, just holding on to blue stairs. They don't care about open area. Those hatches are staying closed for now. Now the waiting game. Just being patient.
Claw to go down on the vault hatch. The real question is, where's Mark with his ex-Kairos, and what will he be prioritizing? For now, Elevate have been fairly slow. They haven't even cleared the blue stairs. Herds here is about to feel that Monty.
We know, though, Mr. Punch, he's just made his way into the building along with Oni, starting to make his way through the top floor as well. DCH. The roam clear has only just started, Dev. There's only about a minute, 30 seconds left, and this blue control is still being hurled for Herds, the IGL of this team.
Oh, aggressive play from Herds. Pushed onto by the Monty, but he fights back immediately. Look at that aggression. He's unafraid. And they immediately push in, but the backup is there. KZ with the support. Herds finally goes down. The KZ made it worth their while.
Being forced to fall off now, the hatch starting to get open in server, but Elevate have wasted much time going through this top floor. There wasn't even any contest, there wasn't even any roam, but W7M hold on to this site.
And this hatch, still sealed, still giving an advantage to W7M to play aggressively inside of that bomb site. KZ, though, gets taken down. DCH, his impact felt as the Monty of Sapper waltzes directly into sight.
The tandem. Sapper helping DCH make his way in the smoke to cover as well. Elevate. What does this execute?
Oh my God, Sapper,
oh, no.
He's right up in their face. Can he take this 1v1 with the Warden? A dangerous game to play. Mark is getting that diffuser down. Sapper goes out. He has been eliminated, but he distracted the Warden for long enough to let that plant go down. 3v3 now, and Elevate have the post plant. Up on the hatches. W7M must retake.
W7M now still sitting in that basement. Side Oni to be the one to cover the flank. Does he have info? Yes, he does. Peek to come through the double door. Onigiri, he can land some of his shots, but he's got to find more. He's got to find more if he wants to find the kill. Now God. W7M, 2 players doubling down. Onigiri!
Onigiri! With the DMR name, a more dynamic duo. JV, he can't get it done. It's Elevate.
Elevate, finally here, showing up in that first round. What a dominant attack that was. W7M. W7M had given away the entire map to Elevate. They wanted to play the slow game. They wanted to wait and try and punish Elevate, but Elevate, they had none of that. They had none of it. They played the Monty into it. They pressed the attack onto those anchor positions and punishing KZ, punishing JV in those aggressive positions, and Elevate is still here to play.
They certainly are, and they continue this trend of this match being an attacker's paradise. Now onto the top floor, W7M not having that Azami on their side. Usually so potent on this bomb site.
I don't mind this from W7M. They're still making use of this castle barricade along with the Maestro holding onto the site once again. Very anchor-centric from them, bar the Vigil pick from JV. Not looking for anything too special regarding off the site, but just simply setting up, constructing this site to allow for those 1.5 times and those 2x scopes to fight these long angles. We can see Volps, he's on the Rook. He's got the license to frag out.
A good Rook player can make all kinds of difference. They land their shots, tap some heads with that 2x scope. KZ as well with the 1.5 on the MP5K. A dangerous weapon in the hands of a Wamai or a mute player. Elevate, though, shaping up around the lobby. This could be something a little bit different.
And Onigiri as well, with a very peculiar pick.
Oh, you want to talk about scopes?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't get much more zoomed in than that.
Mark, though, with that range hard breach in his hand, he can make use of this Kanto angle if he would like to. Immediately, Sapper, though, on the Ossa, starting out on these North Repels. It seems like Elevate, they're looking to choke out this defense of W7M. They know that they're anchoring, and it's simply about playing these windows, making way for the Ossa shield to get in and push down and execute, push down the plants.
There is Onigiri clearing. Eliminating as much utility as possible. Peekaboo. Their impacts, though, KZ destroys the first of the 2 Ossa shields, the second one pinged out. He doesn't have an impact left to clear it.
Elevate once again looking to punish the mistakes of W7M. We saw one almost go punished, but Sapper, he had his Ossa shield out instead. Kanto will now open up, choking out this defense of W7M. Volps, though, he gets aggressive.
Oh! Onigiri just misses his shot, barely. He's got this long line of sight open in the Kanto wall. He can see deep all the way through that hallway. But still, no blood has been drawn.
And this is a little bit something different from Elevate. They're actually mounting for a lobby side attack instead. Do W7M have the read on it? There are no plays that are going to be in this square position. JV not contributing to this defense anymore. And Mr. Punch taking away one bit of intel to telegraph their push.
JV on for the flank. We've seen flanks be deadly, and here it is once again. The young gunner takes out the other young gunner. Can Onigiri trade it? He feels so much pressure. Mark, he steps up. But once again, W7M recompose. A flash to go through. Mark needs this to count.
Hurts, though, he's able to collect one more back onto DCH, now left in the 2 versus 4 situation. It's Elevate, he gets aggressive, he finds a second, Volps to find the third and final player of Elevate, and W7M take another round.
Elevate just could not sink their teeth into that attack. Nice ideas shaping up around the site, long lines of sight, but W7M, they're so in sync, and as soon as they make a play, they're all there, side by side, ready to go together.
But that's the W7M formula, don't you think so? They've dialed it back on this defense. They're playing it slow, but they know exactly when to pounce onto Elevate. They know when the comms are cluttered for Elevate, when things aren't going their way, that is the time to strike. And when they all do it in tandem together, we saw JV go for his flank. The same time Volps goes aggressive on the counter repel. The same time Herds gets aggressive onto the north repels. That is a neural network that w7m have got, this team, the flow between all of them. And it's really throwing off Elevate.
That said, it's early days here in Map 2. For Elevate, though, that can't really afford to have a slow start like they did on Cafe. They came out of the gates the first round here, but they need to deliver a lot more than that. We've seen how strong w7m are on this attacking side, so when they eventually do switch, they will be in the advantage. It's just a matter of racking up as many rounds for the Brazilians as they can before that switch happens.
Still early days, though. It's only been 2 rounds, and Elevate are well and truly still in it. They look in much better form at the moment. Big use out of that Twitch drone as well, immediately taking down the 2 mute jammers on that quad wall, opens up the possibility for a bottom square take for them. Oni also putting pressure directly onto the site, alerting these w7m players.
Do you play site? Do you play roam? Bit of A, bit of B. That's w7m right now. They have to feel out where this Elevate pressure is coming from. And here's a big one from Mark. He's gone downstairs into server, coming up blue.
And this has been beautifully set up by Elevate as well. Looks like they're going to go for that quad wall take, but they know that that flank, stopping that flank, is mission critical to their push. Same thing with this Telus control too. If they try to get the quad wall open and that window's open, they're taken down, bam, their push is over. They're taking their time. They're doing their due diligence and the steps needed as a team.
Sapper spots out JV. JV rips that C4 to scare off the player on the other side. Can he land the shots needed? Onigiri taken low on the long angle by the SMG-11. Elevate starting to put that pressure.
Mark now, knowing that this Telus player has been scared off by Sapper, will start to get that quad wall open. It's actually still jammed out. Those mute jammers, they've been replaced.
Can DCH sneak his Twitch drone back in there is the question. He's not on at the minute. Missed the punch though. Donate over the top, takes out the mute jammer and takes GDN low. Can he hold on? KZ up for the flank.
Playing a bit of a bait and switch though.
And missed a punch. He's so aware. He spots the player, but the flick! It's a trade. And Elevate send it into sight. 4v3 for the Thai team. Sapper to force that diffuser down. Volps has got to make this flank count, but he can't even secure the kill. It's just him and Herds left, and Elevate. They storm the site, and they play passive in the post plan. Herds, 1v4, but he's got this Monty to deal with. Not likely to happen. Full information from Sapper. What a terrible position he finds himself in. Elevate have done this round justice oh so well. Nice effort there from Herds. It's a 1v2, but surely there is not time to secure this. 7 seconds it takes to defuse, and it's just not going to happen. Elevate, once again, taking the lead here.
One more kill left for Elevate, but only 3 seconds for w7m. DCH rounding the corner now, but it doesn't matter anyway. Elevate, they win it out in the post plan.
A solid effort there from w7m, but Elevate play that to perfection.
I love the way that Elevate were able to put the pressure onto w7m there. They set up every possible cutoff, every way that they could to prevent those w7m players from retaking back into the site, retaking that critical part where the bomb was going down from Sapper.
Once upon a time, Elevate, I don't know whether it was a joke or not, but they said every time they peak and die in the man advantage, they dock their salary. I think it was a joke. I hope it was a joke. Because Elevate knew that their weakness was seceding advantages, and now they've learned the restraint needed. They made sure that even if they were to die one by one in that round, it would be for naught. There would be no time for Herds to clutch it. But now w7m actually retrying that exact same site.
They're going down to the basement instead.
Oh, my bad.
Lockers and CCTV, you got baited.
I got baited with it.
Got
It was
baited.
reinforcing the okay. I got baited.
They're playing a much more different philosophy, however. They're going, all right, we're sick of sitting on this site. These Elevate players, they've got our number now. They're turning it up. We need to roam. Hertz, he's been given the Oryx license, making his way now into this ground floor, immediately contesting the Elevate roam clear.
The thing with w7m, there's never just one player. There's always someone else close behind to support. That's KZ at the top of blue stairs. Elevate have got to play their cards right here. We know that the damage that these fraggers can do on the w7m side.
And Elevate, with the aid of that Dokkaebi Logic Bomb, they could be set up very well for this roam clear if they decide to go for it. But my question is, where's Sapper? Where's the entry coming out from? Because as of now, it's very quiet from these players of Elevate. They're actually making their way over to lobby.
Is this a little bit of a relocation for Elevate? Onigiri to try out Garage. DCH and Mark are droning the lobby. And you're right, this is a little bit unorthodox.
w7m, though, they seem to have a relatively good read of this push. Volps, he's just taken down a drone coming through that lobby position, and Hertz will be the first to contest. But Mr. Punch, he can take him down!
And you know what? That's the operator that you want to knock over that Montaigne. And he's been taken down.
Elevate now, successfully done with the roam clearing, can start to work through this mid-round. The Hibana Palisades X-Kairos can go from the hatches that they need, but once again, Kaid is in play. Some of those hatches will have to stay closed for Elevate. They only have so many options.
There may be one in this Garage fight. DCH just gets his Twitch drone into sight. Does get taken out eventually. GDN ready for it. You can see w7m, they seem prepared for a push like this. And Mark is able to get one of these hatches open. The Twitch drone's doing some real work on the site, but eventually taken out. This is a dangerous play from Elevate, and down goes Sapper. Oh, a big pick. And Onigiri to double up. Sapper, what is going on? w7m, where is your reply? JV with a C4, 1 HP, and that is just not happening. Elevate, a Voltrop, the Monty, everything. I got a feeling we got some Elevate fans in the house.
Yeah, we certainly do, Elevate fans in the house. What a beautiful attack from Elevate that time. They saw the roamers, they were on the other side of the map, they were holding on, telegraphing that square push, and they said, nah, we're not going to contest this, we're going to find them on the cutoff instead. Making their way through the lobby, perfectly entried alongside with Sapper.
And Sapper has made a role change recently. We've talked a lot about this. He's gone on to entry. We're seeing something even different now. It's on that Montaigne.
And off the back of that loss as well, w7m, they're taking their tactical timeout.
And we can see Elevate having a chat about it as well. They are down in the series. It might be up in the map, but they're down in the series. They lost their map pick. They went to Cafe thinking maybe it would throw w7m off. Fortunately, though, they were prepared for Bank. It's clear to see.
And this resurgence in the server, I mean, it just goes to show Elevate's character, their personalities. Fighting, that's what we say in APAC, fighting. And that's the energy that they're bringing into this server as well. Even though they're down 1 map, they are still up 2 rounds here, and they're not giving their win away. They will not go down quietly.
They certainly won't. And w7m are not going to give up here on Bank. They go back to the top floor bomb site, where they won so dominantly prior. Elevate could not keep up.
This was a tough one for Elevate. Last time w7m, they were able to coordinate the aggression together. It wasn't just 1 or 2, but 3 of the w7m players. They were able to find some excellent timing on the players of Elevate. That entry, that wasn't as cautious last time, but from what we've seen of Elevate's attack, they're looking a lot better on these entries. They're looking a lot more careful, a lot more cautious. And w7m, they have to give them the respect for it.
They do. There's a couple of changes on the w7m side too. And one of them is the pure number of impacts that they have brought. There's still 6 in pocket to deal with the Ossa that Elevate previously brought. And guess what? It's not here this time.
Elevate.
2 people still didn't get their armor. What?
Elevate, though, they've changed up the push a little bit. They're not looking for this lobby take. You can see KZ. He's checking this lobby side, checking if anyone's on that parking repel, but he's going to be met by no one because Elevate, they've actually averted that crisis and they're going to do a square side take instead. Mr. Punch now joining himself into the ground floor inside of staff room open area, while the rest of the players make their way around this top floor.
And once again, this Monty is a feature of Elevate's attacks. Sapper might not have any kills yet, but his impact has been profound.
Now with Sapper the presence inside of the building, it's turning away the attention of W7M. We can see Herds on the other side facing him. No one holding on to Janitor as well. There's so much space being given to Elevate.
Yeah, this walking drone waltzes on forward. You got to wonder what's going on here for W7M. There's no player below at the C4 either. Mr. Punch has that up. This is such a heavy roam.
What a gorgeous attack as well from Elevate. Utilizing that Monty to get all the intel and mark as well, following up with a drone. Meanwhile, Mr. Punch, he's down below in the ground floor, ready to cut off any W7M players. Some info going through the wall, but it's actually Onigiri to find the first pick of this round. Onigiri to find the second onto Volps.
He doubles down. Mr. Punch feeling a bit of pressure. The two flankers come up the main stairs. Surely Elevate are ready for this. We've had the Monty in the hallway this whole time. DCH finds one, but is traded. Position revealed of both of these W7M players. Elevate have such an advantage here.
JV looking to take the fight onto Onigiri, and he wins it out now. 2 versus 3 situation advantage. Elevate Hertz to claw back a second.
Hang on a second. Advantage has certainly flipped. W7M in the 2v4 now. A 2v1, and it's just Sapper on the Monty. Not a very enviable position. Can he land this shot enough to make it a 1v1? That would be winnable. Oh, surely not. The trade is perfect for W7M. What a 2v4.
Gorgeously played from the final remaining members of W7M. They knew they had to get aggressive and elevate. They weren't holding that crossfire. Mr. Punchy was just so close to being able to cut off those roamers coming back up the main stairs. DCH was able to collect one, but not the second. And in the end, the W7M defense, it was frantic, it was chaos. But that's what they thrive in.
Yeah, they do love the chaos. Quite a strange one. Full roaming when the site is upstairs. Fortunately, W7M have the raw talent that's required to make moments like that count in the 2v4. You got to back them in.
I don't know if I back in W7M yet, Dev. I'll tell you what, Elevate, they've mounted some beautiful attacks so far. Even that attack, the attempt was so wonderful. Sapper, he put the pressure onto the site. He forced the W7M players to come back. Mr. Punchy just missed the cutoff, but DCH was able to take one back. It felt like the pieces were coming together, and Onigiri on the rappel, it all looked like it was going to work out. I can't imagine they're rattled by that last round. That was so close.
Well, neither team can afford to be rattled here. Particularly Elevate, down one map. They're the ones who need to make a statement on Bank. And they're the ones who have a shot going 4-2 on their attacking half. They need to lock in this round. W7M have not made it easy. Most of these rounds have been so tightly contested. And once again, Elevate bringing that Montaigne.
W7M, they're not going to make it easy this round either. They've done a very extended hold through all 3 floors. They've got the castle barricades to aid the top floor. They've got the Oryx to hop through the hashes. Not only that, but Volps, he sat himself in the basement. They're ready for every point of entry that Elevate might have.
Look at the roamers down below. This is previously free real estate for Elevate. Not so this round. Bit of presence on the lobby side. There's so much map control to take, isn't there?
Yeah. That being said, though, Elevate, they're doing a 2-pronged attack here. They've got 2 players coming in from the lobby side, while the rest of their teammates go in from the square side instead. Trying to divide the attention of the W7M players, catch them off guard. Have them solve the puzzle of this attack. Mr. Punch making his way in with the Nook.
Oh, big pick from JV. And the youngest player in the server, Mr. Punch, humbled.
Sapper, though, he's making his way into bottom square instead, given the estate as W7M players. They're not contesting inside of that teller's window anymore, just one on the bottom of the blue stairs.
Elevate struggling for information in archives as well. This Legion pick also making it a bit slower for Sapper. He spots the Legion. Ooh, he eats an impact as well. That's a lot of damage. And he falls on back. May well spot out that there are 2 roamers in this position. Oh no! You can't afford to do that, Sapper. You can't afford to let W7M back in it.
But look at this from DCH. He's already got control of top square. The wall is open as well. Can he just hit the sites? The site mostly empty for now, and they have info on the one anchor left in the corner of office.
Elevate need a miracle. Down in the 3v5, they need a lifeline. GDN is on his drone, gets off. Now he's ready to hold on to the push, but here comes Volps. Goes for the flank, but JV's got it covered. Onigiri to now try and push back into square. Does get Volps. JV still in archives. A 2v4.
Mark and Onigiri to link arms in this 2 versus 4 situation, but W7M players are surrounding them like vultures. KZ, he can connect the shots onto Onigiri. Now Mark in the 1 versus 4, taken down by Hertz.
Nice way to tie up the scoreline. W7M started slow. They stole away a 2v4, and now they've locked in the even half. On the back of their tactical pause, they have been able to achieve so much.
And that was just such a gorgeous defense as well from W7M. They really corrected the mistakes of the last time they defended. They held on to every single floor onto this basement. We saw Volps in tandem with one of his teammates able to crossfire onto that blue position, holding on to Tellers as well, since Elevate had telegraphed that quad wall take instead. The adaptation from them has been excellent, but now they go into their attacking half instead.
And W7M won 5 of their 6 attacks on Cafe. And traditionally, Bank is even more attacker-sided of a map. W7M could finish it right here, right now, and book their spot in the semis for the first time ever. There are names like FaZe Clan, Ninjas in Pyjamas, Team Liquid, that are associated with Brazilian Rainbow Six. But there is just one rising team where the organization also hails from Brazil, and that is W7M. And that is a prideful moment that they staked their hopes on, that they could make it to the semifinals, that they could be major champions like Team Liquid, like Team One, and like FaZe before them.
Elevate, they're starting us out on this basement bomb site. Looking to lean into the plant denial, the late round denial, the combination of the Goyo canisters, C4, smoke canisters, holding on to those blue stairs for as long as they possibly can. Very light roam as well, not too heavy from the side of Elevate, essentially giving W7M the space that they need to clear through the first 2 floors.
And so much space given. And with that Maverick as well, any potential utility that they could come across will be cleared so easily. You've got the nades for the Vulcan canisters, for the shields. There's no Kaid picked here by Elevate, so the Hibana can easily open up these hatches.
And W7M, they've just made such quick work of this entire map. There's still 2 whole minutes left of this round. The hatches are already starting to get opened. Drones are being sent out through blue. They have so much time to work with here.
And when it comes to burning out that utility, like the smoke, like the Vulcan canisters of the Goyo, W7M will have plenty of time. But one thing they do need to do is deal with Mr. Punch inside of blue stairs. Sapper also aggressive here in Elevator, but it's blue stairs that could be the linchpin.
But look at what W7M have done to Elevate. They've opened up every single possible hatch with all their hard breach. They've divided the players of Elevate. Look how spread out this defense is now. If W7M just pick one area to consolidate their plays and play the refrags, there will be no Elevate players to trade.
Oh, Mark, got to be careful about peeking that one. GDN's found the opening pick and Herds to collapse on server. W7M are just everywhere all at once. They're in the side as well. Mr. Punch flashed, he finds the kill, and Onigiri comes to life in Garage. Mr. Punch traded, but DCH to step up, it's a 2v2. And now Onigiri, he detonates the Vulcan canister, it could be exactly what he needed. Herds to force that diffuser down. Volps a nice flash, but here comes DCH. Plant denied. It's all on Herds, and he just can't do it. Elevate, get it done.
Elevate, they hop right back off that horse on the same page. That W7M push, that was multifaceted. That was difficult to get the read on it. Us in the top down, we didn't know what W7M were going to do. We didn't know where the first point of attack was going to be. But Elevate, they're not rattled. They're composed. They take the 1 versus 1s, even flashed Missed the punch at the bottom of blue stairs. The timing he found on that shotgun shot was perfect. And Elevate, they are still in this.
They certainly are. Now they've taken the lead here. They've shown they have some metal on their defense, which was the concern for them on map 1.
Elevate, though, they're going to take us up to this top floor bomb site. They're not going to lean into this castle either, it seems like. Just trying to play this double site construction, opening up long lines of sight. Seems to be the new thing to do on this top floor.
Yeah, but you know what seems to be the new thing? The Montaigne. Elevate kept bringing it, and here comes GDN. I believe this is the first Monty we've seen from W7M.
And just looking at the replays now, look how beautifully Elevate played these one-on-ones. We thought that W7M, they had a multifaceted attack. We thought they were going to be able to take the 1v1s onto Elevate, but you don't take 1v1s onto Elevate. Those guys are sharp. The mechanical prowess really had to show up there in that last defense, and now they're backing themselves into this top floor as well. They're not playing any late game denial, no nothing. That's just loads of MPXs, 1.5 times actually Onigiri's running the AUG, but they're backing themselves in to take some fights on this top floor.
Yeah, there's not a gun on this Elevate roster that you wouldn't say has the capability to win any fight. But in terms of the util game, here comes the Twitch, and it's made mincemeat of all the util on site.
W7M shaping around the bomb site now. 2 players on this North Rappel. Trying to catch any Elevate players off guard that might be rotating between the sites. But Elevate, they haven't given them anything yet.
Mark keen to peek these long angles with the 1.5. That MX4 Storm is a mean machine. But W7M are hitting some nasty rappels. Surely, Mark, watching this angle. Cautious the drones, though.
Uh-oh, and Mark and some of these plays in the top floor, they could have bad times coming their way. A grenade to follow through from JV. Sapper, is he protected? The ADS doesn't catch it, but he manages to sneak away anyway.
Yeah, that's going to enable such a huge breach there for W7M, and Sapper forced back into the elevator. Here comes the Monty, though, up the banana stairs.
Strange push from W7M. They're using the Monty to make their way up the spiral stairs. A lobby-sided take. But Elevate, look at the crossfire that these guys have got. They've got Sapper inside of meeting. They've got a player inside the elevator.
Oh.
But hang on a second. Hertz has just stuck his way to the bomb site.
He was meant to be our savior, said W7M, but Elevate. They shut down this push. And that Monty, so cautious of the crossfire. Sapper in the elevator. Mark on the balcony. DCH moving in as well to support. W7M desperate now. Numbers disadvantage, and it's just getting worse by the minute. Elevate in the 4v1. It's all on Volps.
Flashes to go out onto Elevate, making his way up the main stairs now, but look at all the lines of sight being shown. Look at the crossfires. Elevate now getting aggressive, feeling confident in their tempo, in their moment.
Oh, nice down there for Volps. A star player for W7M, but Elevate have been marching for 1 round away from match point.
How beautifully was that played from Elevate? Sapper, he was the cornerstone of that defense. He knew that for them to win that round, he had to stay there for as long as possible. He didn't take the fights aggressively. He didn't try and peek someone in the parking rappel. He just sat there patiently. The grenade followed through, but he knew that his teammates were there to back him up. Mark, he almost got backstabbed, but he didn't. He did the 180. He took down Hertz. And that 3-way crossfire that Elevate held onto oh so patiently, they take down W7M, and now 1 round away from match point.
Oh, just look at that. Ah, the confidence from Mr. Punch to play for the 1-for-1 on the jump out. Elevate. That'll put a smile on their dial. Victory fist pumps, this team. Starting slow on map 1, but they have found their rhythm.
Elevate taking us over to staff room and open area on Onigiri. He's been given the Oryx card.
Ugh.
Now, I love Oryx on this bomb site. Don't you think so? There are hatches everywhere for him to make use of. There are 2, 3 actually that come up from the basement, so he can mount any flank that he wants to. Hatches on the top floor as well. He can retake the top floor, retake that vertical. it's just so enabling for a player like Onigiri on this bomb site.
A player like Onigiri who has made a name for himself on this stage before, currently top fragging in the server despite not being the highlight of this tournament for his team. But he knows what it's like to play on a stage like this. He knows what it's like to push through ultimate adversity.
Oh, and Sapper. Look at what Sapper is trying to do to w7m. Uh-oh! Missed drone. Actually, has been droned out on this top square stairs and taken down by Bulbs.
Caught in 4K and taken out. Good start there for w7m. Opening picks have been so impactful this game. But Elevate can't afford to secede this map control. It's hard not to when w7m have as much information as they do. We're seeing the 0 come through. That's giving the gift of info to w7m as they start to hunt down these roamers. Here's an Elevate player in the elevator hallway. JV with some good cover to hide behind. Trying to force out this fight. He knows there's a player in that corner. Oh, and the nade. Perfect teamwork. KZ from above.
Now w7m full top floor control for them in the hands, but hurts.
Oh my God.
He can take down Onigiri as well and miss the punch. He's able to claw one back though. 2 versus 4 situation.
It's a tough one. Mr. Punch needs to land some serious shots here with the SMG-11. An aggressive position. Is he going to get re-peaked? Does a bit of damage to Volts, but it's not enough. Taking refuge on the soft wall is dangerous business. And w7m have so much side control, they hunt him down. So well played, all on DCH, and that's not happening. w7m only trailing by 1 round.
And look at that restraints that w7m have on their roam clear as well. They don't get overzealous. They're giving the respect to these Elevate players on this roam clear. KZ, he didn't even want to take the fight. He had to throw in a grenade to flush him out, and JV on the cutoff was perfect from them. Same thing on that final push in the plays inside of Tellers as well. They waited for that vertical pressure to come through. They didn't take the one-on-one fights. And w7m know that they have to give that respect to Elevate.
They do. They found out the hard way. And when they do respect Elevate, when they do work together, use their numbers advantage, that is when Elevate fall apart. No mistakes can be allowed. And when you lose a player as early as Elevate did with Sapper, it's just a gift to w7m. It's a chance for them to overrun you with their numbers, to work together.
Elevate, they're going to be taking us down to the basement bomb site. Not too much has changed in terms of the strategy. Once again, leaning into the Goyo canisters. Oni, given the Aruni DMR the license to go frag out once again. But for w7m, what is the play for them on this attack? Are they going to go for this one-to-one attack, or can they finally give the respect to Elevate? Will they consolidate their plays on the attack and have to play these refrags because, well, these Elevate plays are on it?
They are. But w7m have been doing such a good job of roam clearing. They've made so much headway with so much time to spare when attacking this basement site. And you can see as the drones start to move through the map, Elevate not there to contest, not there to shoot a drone and fall back. And that's given, within 30 seconds, w7m full open area control.
And Volps, he's even switched off the Hibana. He knows that he only needs to get open these 2 hatches here if they want to go for a server push, and those hard breach charges will do just that.
What are w7m going to be able to do here? Pushing down the main stairs, hurts. Skeleton key out. Cautious of any aggression on this flank watch. Elevate going for a full turtle strategy, but as so many hatches are opened, it's hard to know where this push will come from.
But once again, if w7m do this 5-way push, the 5-way one-to-one entry, are they really going to win it out against these Elevate players? What are w7m going to do? Will they consolidate their attack? And it seems like they will. Yin can's a let it go, and it looks like KZ, he's putting his focus on the blue push instead.
Volt's going to come and support. There's no Warden. You better hope that the ADSs can be wasted. A drone to clear the gate. The Candela surely to follow. Mr. Punch to prevent the push in with some gas. How much time can he delay?
One's already been burnt. He's only got 2 more in the hands, and Hurts, he's coming in through dirt tunnel for the pinch.
It's going to have to be a backstab. Mark is actually hiding in server. Mr. Punch covers his back, but Herds wins the fight in server. How much damage can Mr. Punch do? None at all. A down onto Volps, but it's not enough. And now there's a whole minute left for w7m to finish up.
1 minute left, but still some utility in the hands of Sapper with that 1C4. The wall getting open now as well for the execute. Oni, he feels the need to get aggressive onto this hatch, down the man advantage.
Very difficult position here for Elevate. The Candelas go through. And the final one as well from Volps. The plant is going down. Where is the denial on Agiri? Can he land the shots? The plant is denied, but Volps comes down from the main stairs and immediately trades it on back. 2v4 makes it a 1v4 now for Sapper. This is a tall order. And w7m tie the scoreline.
w7m giving the respect that Elevate deserve in this matchup. This time, they consolidated all their players into this blue push. They knew they had to take down Mr. Punch if they wanted to go for the server attack. Same thing, the IGL Herds says, wait up guys, I need to make my way through Dirt Tunnel first so I can come for the pinch. He wins a fight to server and well, w7m, they're able to take out the round.
2 rounds from the semi-finals are w7m right now. They have been working so hard over the last 9 months. From almost relegation to making it to 2 consecutive majors and potentially their very first semi-final. They're so close they can taste it. But Elevate are also just 1 round from map point. And they're actually going to go straight back to the basement to try and right their wrongs.
Elevate, they want to have a conversation about this series. They are not going to go down without a fight, taking us back down to the basement. The philosophy changed for Elevate as well. They're bringing along the Vigil on Mark instead. No more holding on to these blue stairs. Looking to stagnate the roam clear of w7m.
Yeah, that's it. Every round, w7m have just been so good at taking that map control. And Elevate have decided, look, it's about time we change that. It's about time we take the fight to them.
And look at that, even reinforcements being dedicated to this ground floor, this holding meeting that Oni is going to be holding on to. Mark still on the top of the main stairs, but where is the push from w7m? Entry from JV as well as KZ through the lobby.
Mark needs to have an impact here on his roam. w7m tempted with the idea of just pushing straight onto the side. It's Herds. He's done some damage in server before. And as he rounds this corner, could be do or die for the Elevate player on the other side. DCH must hold his ground.
But he's got some barbed wire to help him out. He will hear when Herds goes for the push, and so Herds, he has no choice but to sit and to wait for his teammates to try and pressure out these roamers. Volps will be the first point of contest.
Trying to clear out. Oh my God, what an angle, what a trade. JV and DCH immediately back, but on Agiri as well. He's been a menace here inside an open area. Mark to support as well. Elevate low on players on site. Is w7m going to be able to do something about it?
Herds starting to sneak his way in through server. I just heard a no from the crowd.
You guys don't reckon?
You don't reckon? Elevate, they've got the hold on this round for now. 1 minute and 20 seconds left for w7m to try and collect up the pieces, but look at Elevate. They are still holding on to that ground floor, and they are looking down the hatches, anticipating that w7m are going to try and hit the site. How well read is that from them?
Oh, but Herds, he's snuck his way into server. He's got some long angles. Oh my God. Sees the pixel of Sapper. Not able to confirm the kill though. KZ sneaking back into garage, does some damage. But these w7m players are so separated.
They absolutely are, and they have absolutely no idea where the remaining Elevate players are. The drones, there's not enough time. Onigiri, he takes the fight on the Herds. The shots do connect.
KZ's got to have an impact here. He's found his second kill of the round. The sledge coming in, and he's shut down. It's all on GDN. But do Elevate know where he is? He's snuck behind enemy lines. In the gold vault. Making his rotation. 20 seconds to work with here. Gun at his side, but he's getting pushed. There's information. and Elevate know exactly how to play this. And there's Onigiri, the monster himself. Map point for Elevate.
Elevate. How great was that defense from them? The crowd cheering on Onigiri, a pivotal player in that round, playing that roam game to perfection, linking arms with Mark. They held on to that top floor and ground floor for such a long time. They forced W7M to try something different. They tried to make their way into the side, but the anchors, they were perfect. And Onigiri plays the retake to perfection. He came down the blue stairs at exactly the right timing. He fights Garage at exactly the right timing. It's just so gorgeous, Onigiri.
14 kills for Onigiri, 6 deaths. He's outshining even Herds from W7M. But this is a team game after all. Both of these teams have been bringing the heat. They've been so in sync. They've been so ready for everything their opponent throws at them. And right now it's going to be Elevate going to that top floor.
And Elevate, they're really starting to find the momentum in this series as well. Everything that they've done linking arms, they've done together. Last time they played this top floor bomb site, W7M, they pushed into a 3-way crossfire into Elevate. These players are so restrained. They know that they need the teamwork to take down a team like W7M, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Perhaps an early sneak through the garage, get into the map for KZ. Last time around, Elevate. They did so well. Oh my God, look at this, an early jump out. DCH, how do you do it? GDN is going to try and trade this back. DCH trapped outside. It's just a matter of wasting time. But a big player to take out. Surely a quick pre-fire will finish this off, but just the time being wasted.
And what is this from DCH? He's outside the building. But W7M, they're so afraid. They haven't even taken the fight onto him yet. GDN, he's finally making face, but look at the time wasted.
JV, surely he needs to help the Monty. GDN's been taken low. DCH outside the building, still remaining in this corner. W7M so terrified. Elevate. They stand tall once again. It's a 4v3. Finally, DCH taken out.
Just look at the fear that's instilled into the minds of these W7M players. Elevate, they're everywhere. They try and get into the site, but there's an Elevate player there. They can't even fight outside of the building. Now GDN finally making his way in, but what of it? Ground floor control. All of the anchors now sitting pretty on the site, waiting for these W7M players to make their move.
They've only got 2 rifles on W7M. Killing capability reduced. Elevate more than happy to take that trade for DCH. W7M, so much work ahead of them. They cannot afford to let it go to map 3. Here's Mr. Punch.
But look how divided this pushes. GDN, he's all on his own on the top square. Volpsy's trying to make a play through those main stairs, so is JV. Elevate, do they have info? We can see Mark, he's on his yokai drone at the moment, and Sapper, he's fully aware. The tandem of that yokai drone telegraphs the push of JV, and the time is running low.
Oh, but there's something here for W7M. There's something to work with. Mr. Punch, though. He's not going to have any of it. A pre-placed C4 now in stock as well. Volps must find something. There's just 20 seconds left. Into the site now for W7M, but Mark, Mr. Punch, and Sapper will hold on for Elevate. Here's Volps once again. He must be relied upon. Mr. Punch and Sapper to retake. With the LMG ringing on out, Mr. Punch in for the flank. He can't deny the plan, but there goes the Monty, and it is all done. Elevate. They grab the bull by the horns, and they push us to map 3.
Elevate.